everyone. I hope you're all doing good. My name is Purti and I'm your host on CTS Podcast powered by the Bangalore team. On today's show, we have a very special guest. She's traveled all the way from Hyderabad just to be here on the show, is what I'd like to say. But she's our project lead and our DGM. Please put your hands together for Madhumita on the show. Hello, Madhu.
Hi, Spurti.
How are you?
I'm doing very well, and thank you for inviting me to be a part of this. I'm really excited.
So, how are you? How's life been?
Life's been great. It's been a roller coaster. The year has been full of unexpected twists and turns. It's also been a special year because my son gave his 10th exams, and that really kept us on our toes, the entire family.
Oh, okay.
It's thankfully behind us, and yeah, I'm all set for the rest of the year.
Oh, that's amazing. I think this is one of the amazing parts about this show. We get a chance to talk about your personal life and the background and where you've come from, and to understand how you look at life or how you try to deliver things with respect to work. So Madhu, you tell us, so how is the work-life balance been? So you just mentioned your son attempted the 10th boards now. So how is your feeling in that? And I'm sure in the month of March, I'm assuming.
Yes.
So it was Q1 and the third month, closing of Q1. So how was your feelings there?
It was very tough, to be honest. It is not easy being a mother to a 15-year-old who thinks, he is smarter and much more confident than what I would like to think he is. So there was always this tussle where I would ask him to study more, and he would say, no, I'm ready for it and I can take it on. But yes, on the work front also, things were slightly hectic at that point. But I think a great support system at home really does the trick. I have a brilliant, person as a husband, my in-laws, my mom, dad. I think everybody came together to ensure that I'm able to give the kind of time both at home and at work. And eventually it all went well. So I'm pretty pleased about how we were able to manage that challenging situation there.
Oh, that's nice. I think I would like to take a step back from my next question. And you picked up a very interesting topic here. You mentioned how your husband has been a backbone for you throughout. So, coming from a background myself, my mom was a working woman as well. So how difficult is it for you to be a working woman and to be in the post that you are right now, and also to make sure your family is in check every day or every single minute of your life?
Right. Spurti, I think it's very important to set your priorities, okay, both on the work front and at home. I think that becomes very, very important for you to understand where do you draw the line. So a perfect balance will mean that you know that these are the two things that you will definitely go for at work, and then these are the three things that you will definitely be there for when at home. So, for example, I have not really missed my son's PTAs. I have been there, when he has needed me, be it for his exam preparations or anything. But at the same time, I don't think I've really missed out on any work-related meetings as well. So I think that becomes very important. Plus that confidence that you will be able to do it. If you start out thinking it's going to be difficult, it will always be difficult for you. So having that confidence in yourself that, things are going to get easy. Yes, they may not be as easy as you would like it to be, but then eventually they will all iron out. I think that is very, very important. So setting the right priorities for yourself, and very importantly, ask for help when needed. Okay, sometimes we really want to be the superwoman who's able to achieve everything. Okay, but we all know that it gets very, very tough trying to balance out everything. So ask for help. set expectations with the people at work and at home, that this is what I can do and this is where I will need your help. And most of the times you will see that help coming to you. So setting your priorities right, being able to ask for help and asking help from the right people, and eventually having confidence in yourself. I think all this together really helps you, sail through.
You tell me, who will help you, get through a very, say, a work-related hectic day?
A work-related hectic day, of course, my immediate team. I think they are the real backbone of the project, right? Because at the end of the day, whatever help I need, whatever information I need, it all gets cascaded to them. And they are the ones who are working behind the scenes to get us all the data, to ensure that, we get a good analysis to be presented in front of the client sometimes. So it's all about the team. So we have Atik, Daniel, and Ashish now in Hyderabad. We have the TMs, Ankit, Sam, Prabhakar. We have in Hyderabad Aditya and Charan and Sai. So these people are constantly around to help me out in whatever situation we get into.
Yeah, that's brilliant now. All right, coming back to the work life, how does your typical day at work look like? What does a DGM do, or what does a project lead have to deal with on a daily basis? This is to understand your on a day-to-day activity or on a day-to-day level, what are the things that which keeps you occupied?
What if I say even I don't know about that? Okay, because no 2 days look alike. Being with Google, I'm sure you understand that, we have these constant surprises coming up.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, on a very general level, I think my day starts off with taking stock of the business. How are our metrics looking like? Stepping in wherever there is a need, though I have definitely seen that need decreasing a lot. And also being available for the team, because at the end of the day I would like to think of my role of an enabler. So there are challenges, there are problems. What can I do to be able to resolve them? What can I do to make things better for the team? I think that becomes my ultimate focus. So yeah, we start off with just understanding the SLAs a bit, and then get into where the challenges are and how do we go about solving them. So that's pretty much in a nutshell. But of course, the client ensures that we are always on our toes, and we really have a good time navigating these challenges.
I completely agree with that. Being a part of the team, I completely vouch for that here, Madhu. So, what part of your job you find it quite challenging? Sometimes, quite often you see roadblocks there.
I think the biggest challenge is, where we do not have too much of an influence, and that is mostly related to people. Because the business stands on the foundation of people. People are happy, people are excited, people are motivated to do well. You will eventually see the business also doing well. So it is very, very important to have a constant focus on people. The priority is always to ensure that your team is feeling good about the work that they are doing. And sometimes there is very little influence that we can exercise in ensuring that the team really gets what they want. And that is what makes it very challenging. We would ultimately like to have a very happy and content team, and that's a constant endeavor. But yes, of course, it's also challenging at the same time.
So you were mentioning, the influence that, the people get, and also the people management skills, or if you could help us understand, before you joined CTS, what did you work as, and what was your job role there, and what did you have to do on a day-to-day basis there? Just trying to understand, yeah.
Sure. It's really been a very, very, exhilarating journey for me, because I started out right from the bottom. So I was in a company called Checkers, which is the erstwhile GE, and I was with a project called ExxonMobil, actually providing customer service for people who had purchased ExxonMobil credit cards.
Okay.
So taking calls related to why is my card not working? Can I have my credit limit enhanced? Or why is my credit rating gone down and all? So these are all queries that I would handle. So I'm so reminded of those times when I actually sit down and shadow the team today. So it's been a long journey since then. I did not really have to be in the role of an agent for very long. It was like moving from taking calls to being a part of the quality team. I then moved to Google. And there also, like, my first role involved actually reviewing ads. So the ads that we now see on the Google search page, those ads were reviewed manually by the team at some point. So I have done a lot of family safe, non-family safe categorization of ads. And from there I moved on again into the quality team, then into the automation team, eventually became a people manager. So yeah, it's been a fantastic journey.
If I have to ask you, back when you were an agent and now when you are a DGM, is there a single mantra that you go by?
I think it's evolved over time. As an agent, it was always about focusing on your work, being true to the role, and being extremely, conscious about what the business wanted out of me as an employee, because that is how I would align my priorities, my professional priorities. As I have taken up new roles, that has changed or that has evolved over time. Today it is more about the team's well-being. It is about ensuring that the team really feels good about working together. It's trying to see the look beyond what is more evident, or looking beyond what you actually see at face value. So these things become more important. But I think one thing that has always stayed with me has been that always be true to yourself and to the business. Just do the right way, and everything else will follow.
Perfect. Yeah. So, Madhu, about the recent attritions, why do you think people quit, and we as organization, what can we do to prevent this?
Yeah. So, Spurti, I spoke about certain things that we cannot, that are beyond our influence, right? So I think that is something that I have always tried to figure out in this entire journey of mine. In my opinion, I think when employees join an organization, they are there for three things. One is the learning, two is the earning, and three is the fun. Right. So learning is that, how many or what kind of skills are you picking up? How are you evolving as a professional? Earning is, of course, while I've put it second on the list, I think that's where the prioritization lies for most people. And fun is where you've been able to create those relationships, within the organization. There are people you look forward to meeting when you come to work, look forward to spending time with them and having fun together. So I think all these three things become very important for a person when they decide to take up a role. And somewhere, if they see that one of these three, or maybe two of these three, or maybe all these three are not working out as per their expectations, I guess that is when they slowly start to, step out or step back from the commitment, right? And how do we ensure that we can avoid something like this? I think first and foremost, it is very important for us to constantly have this at the back of our mind. Sometimes in the daily humdrum, we forget that we have real people sitting there on the chair taking calls. The human behind that name, I think that is very, very important. What is that person motivated by? What ticks for that person? What kind of challenges does the person go through every day, maybe at work or maybe at home? Who are the friends of that team member? I think those kind of small details are very, very important for us to understand. What can we do to make that person stay? How do we ensure that they really have a memorable journey in the company? See, eventually people will leave when their priorities are met, right? At some point when their objectives are fulfilled, people will leave. But I think what becomes very important is, are you leaving on a good note? Will you be able to at some point in time turn back and call up your peers or call up your supervisors, your managers, and have a good discussion with them? I think that also becomes very, very important there. So I think attrition is is an inevitable change. We will not be able to help it, but at the same time, at the risk of sounding I don't know the right word for it, but saying like nonchalant about it, I would say that attrition also brings with it the opportunity to bring in fresh talent. That also becomes very, very important, right? Because you have people in a certain role, in a certain position, working a certain way for many number of years. Maybe you're losing out on a fresh perspective sometimes, right? Maybe you're losing out on fresh energy in the team. So this constant churn helps you bring in that new energy, helps you readjust the dynamics of the team, and then sets you up for better success, I would say, in most occasions. So it is sometimes a necessary change as well, but of course the primary intent will always be to keep your employees be around as much as you can.
That's right. Madhu, now that we know you mainly focus on the Hyderabad site, but you also have a child here in in Bangalore. How is it? How easy or how difficult is it to manage two different sites and having to be in one site on a more regular basis, and again having the same control over the other site that we have? So how do you manage this, and what are the challenges that you see? And again, who helps you get through this?
Okay, you should ask the Hyderabad team whether they like my presence there all the time. Okay, but I think remote management definitely is slightly tough because you're not there in person. I think being able to be a part of the team also needs to be able to feel that vibe. You want to really understand what the team is going through, be there in person. On a GVC, you only hear the words. You don't get to see sometimes the emotions or the feelings behind those words, right? So you need to be extra focused on bringing that out. With Hyderabad, yes, I am more frequent to the office, and that also means that it keeps me connected to the Hyderabad team, right? With Bangalore, I am mostly talking to the SDM, to Atik, Daniel, to the TMs, and to the team leads. My connection with the agents is slightly limited, and that is what I miss the most, because I really feed off the energy of the floor, of the people. Those small chats with them, just walking up to their desk and asking them how the day has been, and hearing about all the 10 things that they would like to change in the process. I think that really gives you a great perspective about the work, the business, and that's what I miss with the Bangalore team. So I guess if Krishna is seeing this, I would like more budget to come here more frequently and spend more time.
Equal time.
Equal time. Okay, that's asking for a little too much. Not that my family will like it again.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I definitely would like to spend more time here and know each person by name, and really be able to connect with them on a one-on-one level.
Yeah. The Bangalorean in me is asking this question, and I'm sure the Hyderabadi in you, I know your answer, but again,
Okay, bring it on.
if ever you were given an opportunity to relocate to Bangalore, on the scale of 1 to 10, is this possible or not?
Well, one thing that I've learned is never say never, right? So, life is pretty uncertain. You never know what's going to turn up, around the corner. But if I'm given a choice, I definitely wouldn't like to leave Hyderabad. I was born, brought up, educated, married, and I hope to die there too. And I think, from all angles, if I see it that way, Hyderabad has always been my comfort place, though I've traveled around a lot. But it's also because my entire family is there, and I'm extremely, extremely close to my family. So I don't really think I'm going to settle anywhere else. Yeah. But again, you never know.
Coming back to our questionnaires here, so what do we have to look forward to in the TechSol team? What do we have in pipeline for the TechSol?
Okay, so I think 2024 is really going to be a year that tests our skills and pushes us, to expand our boundaries. The client has made it very clear that they would definitely like us to be up for and be prepared for bigger and better things, right? For example, we are talking about taking on the gold segment.
Yeah.
And that is an extremely exciting area to get into. It's LCS Gold that we are talking about. We are talking about clients who we only see on billboards up there, right? So I think that is something that we all should be looking forward to. And what that means for us as a team is that we are gearing up with all the skills that are needed. We are not talking about only the technical skills here. We are also talking about how do you interact with clients who know everything. How do you become more of a consultant on a call rather than just a customer service specialist there, right? So I think those kind of skills will become very important for us as we move ahead. Once we conquer gold, it is of course platinum that we are talking about. So I think overall, if we are able to conquer the entire space, all the metals, that's really going to be a significant achievement for the project. But just to give give a very clear perspective on this, it is going to be very, very important for us to constantly keep upskilling ourselves throughout this year, because I think the client is also trying to figure out its priorities today. They're also trying to navigate this entire space and understand what can be done better in this area, right? And that is why you see so many new updates coming up. You have the external scheduler going live. You also have all these product updates that are coming in constantly. So I think from that perspective, it's very, very important that you are always on your toes. You are flexible towards change, and you are ensuring that you have your best foot forward when it comes to learning. I think these three things are really going to be a game changer in this year.
Perfect. Madhu, the reason why I asked you that question is because, so if we look back, our core support system are our agents here. So in 2024, so we just wanted to understand how will the new initiatives or the new pilots that we take up are going to impact the agent's career in this organization.
Absolutely. So Spurti, when I spoke about these skills, now let's take a step back and look at how did we start out? As an implementation specialist, their core skill was in customer handling and being able to explain the product very well to the advertiser.
Right.
What we are talking about today is becoming true digital marketing experts and consultants. All right, we are talking about interacting and giving expert advice to people from these big clients, the digital marketing teams of these big clients, and telling them what in the Google product will suit their requirements. That kind of consultative skill is extremely sought after in the market, right?
Yeah.
We are not talking about customer service agents anymore. We are talking about people who truly understand this product very well and are able to explain it and advise their clients suitably. So I think that skill becomes very important. Secondly, we are also training through the Platinum, the Project Hermes training. We are talking about upskilling our team to be taking up code customization. We are talking about actually helping our advertisers, make changes on their own website. So basically, they are going to become mini coders.
Yeah.
Right, and that is another skill. I mean, it's going to be a lethal combination to know so much about the digital marketing world and also to be able to help them out with their websites, through
The technical
coding, the
aspect,
technical aspect. I think it's really going to be a brilliant combination to go with.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you so much for layering it down and taking your time and explaining each and everything so that it's quite easier for me as well as for my team here, Madhu. So taking a step back and going a little lightly here. So what are your hobbies? What do you do when you have free time?
Okay, there was a time when I used to have hobbies. But I think something that has been with me constantly is listening to music. I just cannot do without music. I have my music on the moment I leave office. So it's it's on when I'm going back home. It's on when I'm maybe just pottering around a little in the kitchen. It's on in my washroom. It's on everywhere. So
What's your favorite genre, if I may ask?
I love Hindi music. Okay, so a little bit of everything, anything which is soothing to the ears. I listen to all the jazz and the rock and roll and all of that, and trance and techno only when my son is around.
Of course.
And I'm forced to listen to that. But otherwise, give me my Hindi Bollywood songs any day.
Yeah, and you will have a peaceful day ahead.
Absolutely, yeah. I think music really, keeps me going. It's like music heals. So I really, really believe in that.
Absolutely, yeah.
And apart from that, I love reading. It's all fiction that I am into. I also used to attend dance classes at some point. I was actually training, for Kuchipudi dance.
Oh, that's nice.
That's a traditional form of dance in Andhra Pradesh. And of course, I couldn't really pursue it back then. But I just take up any opportunity that I get to show my dancing skills.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, and I think it embarrasses my son the most because he's like, "Mama, you are at at a traffic signal and you hear the dhol somewhere, and then you slowly start showing your moves." But I just love it.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay. I think you should join one of our office parties. We'll be more than happy.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm looking forward to.
Yes, I think we should definitely plan this when you are here.
We'll do that the next time.
Definitely. Yeah. So, Madhu, now we have a fun game, or what we think is fun.
Okay.
Hopefully. So, it's called Taglines. I'm going to read out the tagline of the company, and you will have to guess the company name.
Okay.
Yeah. Just giving you an example. So, life's good.
LG.
There you go.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
seeing ads helps. Okay.
I think this is all we were waiting for.
Okay.
Yeah. Can we start?
Sure.
Just do it.
Nike.
I'm loving it.
McDonald's.
There you go. Think different.
I know this. Okay. it's a tech.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
nah, I'm not getting it, but it's there somewhere in my mind.
Yes. Think about it. It's everywhere. In my hand, in someone else's hand.
iPhone?
Apple.
Apple, okay. Alright.
Okay. Moving on. Because you're worth it.
Nivea?
Quite close. L'Oreal.
L'Oreal.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
The ultimate driving.
It has to be a car.
Yes.
No.
It's BMW.
Okay.
Okay, this is an easy one. Let's have it your way.
It's definitely not an easy one for me, Spurti.
Burger King.
Burger King.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm more of a McDonald's fan, so forgive me for that.
Okay, now this you have to get it. It's the happiest place on earth.
On Earth? Yeah.
Every kid wants to be there. Every adult wants to be there.
Disney World?
That's right.
Yes.
Disneyland.
Disneyland.
Okay, this is a little funny. Melts in your mouth, not in your hands.
Okay, I know it has to be a chocolate.
Yes.
I'm thinking. Bourneville?
No.
Or.
It's okay. It's a fancier version of chocolates. A slightly fancier version.
No, I give up.
M&M.
Okay.
Of course. Finger licking good. Mother, you got this.
I know I got
Yeah,
this.
you got
it's just
this.
not. It's
Yes.
not. It's just not coming out.
There's just McDonald's here and this.
Yes. Domino's.
KFC.
No. KFC. Okay. Sorry. Finger licking
Okay.
good. Yeah.
This is quite common if I say it in the same accent. It's called Innovation and You.
Oh God. Why am I blanking out like this?
Innovation and You.
And you. Windows. Microsoft.
No. No. Philips.
Philips. Okay. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm taking too much pressure on this one.
Okay, this is fun.
Okay.
So, moving on to the most exciting sector that we have, it's called rapid fire.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so of course, you know how the rule goes. I'm going to ask you a question, you're going to rapidly answer.
Do I get a hamper for it? Where's my hamper? I don't do this without a hamper. I'm sorry.
Okay?
All right.
All right. Okay. Nickname your parents used to call you.
Oh. Okay. They call me Shona.
Sure. On a scale of 1 to 10, how good are you at keeping secrets?
I'll carry them to my grave.
Wow. Nice. What are the 3 items on your bucket list, or three things that you have on your bucket list?
Well, limiting it to 3 is going to be difficult.
The top
But
3.
the top 3, if I would say, then it is traveling
Mhm.
as much as I can. Apart from that, I seriously, want to take up dancing again. So I wish I can carve out some time for that. So that definitely would be up there. And of course, being able to see my family happy in whatever they do has always been like something that I just live for. So yeah, it's definitely
That's nice.
on the bucket list. Yeah.
So, moving on to next question. Dawn or dusk?
Dusk. Yeah, I'm not too much of a morning person.
Yeah, you're a night owl. Okay. So, what is that one talent you think which is absolutely useless?
Okay. A talent that is absolutely useless.
Yeah.
thinking. I would like to think all my talents are pretty useful for me. But yeah, if I have to, think of one thing, then maybe it's the talent to uh, end up saying the wrong things at the wrong time sometimes. That really puts me into trouble. So, yeah, and I definitely have a knack for it.
Okay, so what was your last impulsive buy?
My last impulsive buy was an Aldo bag. Okay, I did not mean to buy it at all, but it looks so good on the display that I just ended up spending a lot more than I would have wanted to. Yeah.
What never fails to make you smile?
I think just the thought of my son.
Oh.
Yeah.
Can we know what's his name?
His name is Adit.
Adit.
Yeah.
Please watch the show. You'll know.
Oh, I'm
Please.
definitely going to show it to him.
If you could have any superpower, but only for a day, what would it be? And why?
I really wish I had it. If I could just be, be able to eradicate, poverty. Just be able to make people smile and give them just that enough, whatever is enough for them to live a decent life.
Mhm.
I think that really, really would be, something I hope and pray for, and definitely not for a day, for the rest of my life.
Oh, this is very generous, Madhu. Okay. What is that one weirdest thing you've ever eaten, but actually liked it?
I'm very conservative with my food choices, very, very conservative. So I don't really think I will pick up anything that's, looks or sounds weird to me.
Okay, I'm going to ask a very controversial question.
Mm-hmm.
This is all for our Bangalore folks here. Where do we get the best Hyderabadi biryani?
In
Hyderabad. In
Okay,
Hyderabad.
in Hyderabad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now we're talking
Alright.
about the client visit, right? So just
Yes,
in case we
absolutely.
visit.
Get, gear up for it.
Yeah.
Where do we get the best Hyderabadi biryani? Come home, Spurti.
Oh, yeah.
You are definitely going to relish it.
On this note, on the note of biryani, I would like to thank you again for being on our show and being very sweet. And again, thank you so much. And please keep visiting Bangalore quite often.
Sure, the pleasure is all mine, Spurti, and thank you for being a wonderful host. It didn't really go as bad as I thought it would go, but thank you so much for making me feel comfortable, yeah, and thank you guys.
Well, that was the third episode on CTS Podcast powered by the Bangalore team. Thank you so much for supporting us and watching us. Like I always say, please like, share, and subscribe, and hit the bell icon.